what you sell locally? I know you have a lot, but if you could kind of categorize what you sell, local products that you buy from farmers.
So locally produced items include things like our produce department, our meat department, our dairy department.
Yep.
We have organic milk, organic raw milk, organic cheeses, produce across the board, obviously. Those are our main items that are produced locally and grown locally, although we do have items in our store as well that are produced locally, but those ingredients come from other places.
Okay. And how important is locally produced products to your customers?
I would say it's very important. A few years ago, when local movements started to really pick up steam, for us, we've always worked with local, but we haven't always known whether it's more important to folks to have local versus organic, organic or nothing at all. So as the co-op has grown, I think our offerings and choices have grown. So local is very important, and we don't just have organic. We have IPM, integrated pest management controls on a lot of our produce as well. That does a few things. That helps keep our costs down.
108, Lorianne.
Keeps our costs down. We can pass that along to our members and our customers. Also, our kitchen and Celery Stick Cafe is able to use a lot more locally grown ingredients because we can buy in bulk.
Great. And I noticed too on your signage that you list the farm where it's grown, where it comes from.
We do. On our signage, we're not great at being consistent every day. We try to be. We try to say where that farm is, who that farmer is. We also highlight those farms in a variety of ways. We have a monthly newsletter that we send out. We have blogs. I maintain the Farm to Fork blog where we talk more in depth than a newsletter about what the farming practices are on individual farms, history of the farmers, what's important to them, philosophical things that we may not be able to put into the newsletter. But we try to highlight farmers as best we can. We recently did a photo shoot. We did 30 farms in 3 days in June where we highlighted our top farmers that we use. In the future, we're going to have banners in the store, much like we had earlier before our expansion, that highlights who those farmers are, how far away they are from the co-op, how long they've been with the co-op, things like that. But also being able to put a face to what their product they're producing.
Right, sure. Now, what is your expectation of the farmer in terms of ordering and delivery? Do they come to you? Do you go to them? And what is your expectation for getting product here and having enough to fill the bins in the co-op?
I think the produce manager has to juggle those kind of things. He does a great job at it. In some cases, if it's a supplier that they supply more than other of our smaller farmers, we'll actually contract with them. We'll do spreadsheets on how much we anticipate we're going to use, if it's 800 pounds of squash, if it's 500 pounds of potatoes. We try to have that. We're getting better at having that done before the season actually starts, so the farmers can, figure out how much seed they need and soil amendments, whatever. They can have that done ahead of time. Because the kitchen has expanded with our most recent expansion, like I said earlier, that allows us to use so much more locally produced goods than ever before, which is really cool. Because we do have a kitchen, a lot of the things that have a few days left as far as the expiration date, we're able to use in our kitchen. It's still good, it's still sellable, but rather than keeping that on the shelf where it won't sell, we get the new product in, give that older product to the kitchen, they use it in the cafe. So it's a win-win. That way.
And how about with pricing? Do you pretty much say this is what we'll pay you, or is there room for negotiating with the farmer?
I would say there isn't a whole lot of wiggle room. I think one thing that I've really learned over the years is that a lot of farmers have an expectation on their retail price, in that a lot of farmers want to see the same price for their endive that they see at the farmer's market, but because we're a wholesale account, a lot of times we have to teach the farmers that maybe it's better to have another wholesale account if you can't move all your products through your own retail lines, whether it be a CSA share or your farmer's market or your farm stand, whatever the case may be. So we do work with farmers. We work with them on all levels, conventional and organic. If you are certified organic, obviously
Nick, call 102, please. Nick, 102.
That allows you for a higher price point than somebody that's farming IPM. And we usually match those numbers around what the current market rate is on that
Okay.
product.
Yep.
And the farmers really have to agree that if they're going to be in here, with the exception of really exceptional products, and they do exist,
Yep.
that we're going to pay the fair market share of what that is.
Okay.
And a lot
Yep.
of farmers, it's a learning curve, it's a learning process.
Sure.
A lot of farmers, would rather have their retail. We
Right.
can't put our margin on top of farmers' retail market and expect it to sell.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. And now, in terms of those market prices, is that something that you have access to, or is that, and you share with them, or is that something they have to go out and they
No,
have
we
to
have
research
access.
that?
We use our current brokers. We have 3 that we
Yeah.
use,
Yeah.
and we use that pricing matched against
Okay.
what product, and obviously the time of year
Yeah.
plays into
Okay.
it as well.
Sure. Sure.
And demand for local all season long has really, in the last few years, we've really had to ramp it up. We
Yeah.
built a hoop house at the Vegetable
Oh.
Ranch in Warner. It's
Oh,
our own
neat.
hoop house where
Okay.
the Vegetable Ranch maintains it, but we secure ourselves a source of some
Yep.
local greens through the
Sure.
months.
Neat. That's really neat.
Yeah.
Now, would you say, are there any benefits that you haven't spoken of that you could say with working with local farmers, or any challenges, if you can think of any?
I think it's philosophically, I think farmers should make all they can when it comes to the hard work they put into raising their crops or their animals, whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
And through the co-op, we really try to educate our folks through our newsletters, through our blogs,
Right.
through our website,
Yeah.
about how hard those farmers work, but also other markets besides the co-op. So sometimes we're our own worst enemy.
Yeah.
When we explain what a CSA share is to our co-op customers, a lot of times those customers end up going to a CSA,
Right.
seeing how great it is.
Yeah.
And so we're sort of a funnel. We funnel people to different markets, but
Right.
I'm the outreach coordinator, so I might be the only person in the store that can get away with that kind of thing.
Yeah. Right. Sure. Sure. Okay. And that's